Hi guys, so today I'll be taking a look at the new dimensional box dies. If you haven't checked out the Peekaboo dies and stamps from Crafts Companion, check that out. They are so cute. Oh my goodness. Adorable. Let me put it to the side. Put it over there on the fairy card I made. Oh, the fairy card too, the fairy dimensional door. This one. Make sure you see that too. It's so cute. So this is from the Fairy Enchanted, what's it called? Fairy Garden Collection. So cute with the little door. Anyway, so today I'm going to start with these guys. There are 4 of them. I will do all 4, but I think I'm going to start with, which one was it? The smallest one, I believe, is this one, so it fits in the Gemini Junior. I don't have to bring out any other special machine, I believe. Yeah, so it's just as wide as the Gemini Junior plate and smaller, so it's going to fit on here perfectly. The rest of them are bigger than the Gemini Junior plate, just by a little smidge here. This one, just barely, so it'll fit on the Empress, like the regular size Empress plates. Not even the extended plates on that, but this one is going to be the thickest one that you're going to need the regular Gemini or like the larger Empress plates, I believe. I don't have them sitting in front of me to try, but I know about the width will work. Just that one, the gift carton box needs a bigger one. So we are going to do the Trinket box today. And I might not dress it all up. I just want to do the basic construction, which is going to be very simple and easy. What's funny about this one is I thought this was supposed to be a bow. I'm like, oh, cool. It has like a little bow for the top. But no, that is the top part. Okay, so it has kind of a funny shape. It comes out a little bit here. And then this little top goes on top. So you're going to need 2 of each of the base pieces. Let me cut this open and we'll talk about that. Did you guys pick up any of these? I know HSN had them for a pretty good price, but like I said, I got them cheaper on Crafter's Companion because they already had them on the Crafter's Companion site like the same day or a couple days before, so it wasn't an HSN exclusive or anything like that, or a launch, I don't think, unless that's the first time they talked about them, so maybe that's how you would see it as a launch. But so we're going to use the base die, and then it has other cute things. So they like to do this. They have a mat and a insert, so you can just do the insert part. You can cut out the whole insert with the little mat that goes on the outside. You can do a different color behind the insert and cut out the insert. So hopefully that makes sense, but we're going to use this piece. Ooh, very thin die. And the base piece, this outer base piece. And we need 2 of each of these pieces. And basically they just layer up together, or, yeah, you'll see. And then there's a cute flower, there's like a tag, there's like a little piece that has like stitching. It says just for you, the little words, which is really nice. Another little tag. So with these guys, what I mean is if you want to cut out a blackout for this, you can cut it from this, and then you're still going to see a little bit of the edge of your box, the base. We're going to do that part, of course. And then if you want to maybe just cut this into this, you would cut both of them, right? Or you can just cut this piece into your box and not cut out at all. It's just like a kind of a bird cage looking box in that situation. So that's how they do that. They always have a layer plus that insert for both pieces, even though they're exactly the same, I believe. So that's nice. That's generous. I like when they do that because that way you can use them on the same tray and cut them all out at the same time. I think they're the same. I don't know. I don't know where I'm measuring. Measure the same spot. 3 1/4. 3 1/4, yeah, so they're the same. And then these guys are all the same, and they have like a little heart cut out. So this same thing, you would cut out the different pieces. So that's kind of why I want to get this done quickly. I have to pack, guys. I am so behind. So this is early in the morning. It's like 5 o'clock. The kids are still asleep. So I'm just going to make as many videos as I can to stockpile them before I go to the Grand Canyon. So I'm going to pick out some paper, and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's no rhyme or reason to this color palette other than I thought maybe some muted colors. It's kind of hard to use a pattern paper on this if you're going to do the different layers because you're not really going to see a lot of the pattern. You're going to cut it out of it, or if you cut into this, you know. So if you're just making the box with a pattern paper, that'd be lovely because it's already going to have a nice pattern to it. But so I do have some of the black. Oh, I put it. This is the Crafts Companion black cardstock, they call it, black matte cardstock, and this stuff is super duper thick. I've never used it. Listen to that. It sounds like aluminum siding, so it's really thick stuff. So we're gonna cut out 2 of these shape, and you're basically gonna need 2 papers. I know this is 11 by, I mean the A4 size paper, but even if it was A2 size like our regular, you know, paper, you're gonna need 2 of them because, you know, this thing's big enough to take up the whole piece of paper by itself anyway. So I'm going to run this through the machine. I have my blade facing down. Even if it shifts on this, that's okay because it's just black paper. But if you want to tape it down because you have like a design and you want it to be on there really nicely, then you're gonna have to do some adjustments for that. Put some tape, make sure it doesn't move. And I'm just gonna cut it out, and I'm gonna do the same thing for obviously the second piece and for 2 of these box tops. So again, it's the cutting plate. I have my paper die face down. I have the magnetic matte, plastic shim, and then the other cutting plate, and that cut out perfectly. And this paper is flippin' awesome. Look how nice the score line is. Look at that, nice and crisp. Beautiful. So let me cut out all the base pieces and I'll be right back. So now I've cut out all my base pieces. We have them here. And you can kind of already see how these kind of work. They kind of just stack over each other, you know, and once we fold them and all that, they're just gonna glue into each other. Something like that. That's the top. So pretty cool. Now the base pieces are gonna be really easy. I'm just gonna rip some paper off of here. You can see I already used this as a before. So this is the base piece, and then I'm going to stack the craft paper over that. So it's just going to have a little lightness coming, a little light color coming through. So with this one, we're only going to want this outer piece, and you can stack them all up so you don't have to do this a couple times. If you run them all through, this guy, and all of these little pieces that are just like that, this outer one, and this outer one. So I'm going to lay them all on here and just cut them out with the same cutting sandwich that we've been doing. And I'll be right back once I have basically all these little pieces. The square. This part gets a little bit tedious because it's so small. But I'm going to try laying them all up on here in a way that I can run it through one time. And then I'll do it again with the other piece of paper. And I'll have 4 of each piece. I only need one top. 4 of each of the other pieces. Okay, so this is the second set I just cut out. So we have 4 of those pieces. We're going to keep these to the side. We're going to need these right now. And I'm going to do the decorative part on their own separately because I don't want to do too many at once because they are a little more, you got to pay attention, right? Because you don't want to mess up your dies. So, I mean, you can put as many as you want. Obviously, you can cut them with stick them down with tape, but I'm just going to do 2 at a time. So I already have my plastic cutting plate down. I'm going to put this here. I don't know why I said plastic, but cutting plate. We're going to need 4 of these panels. So like I said, they gave you 2 dies already, which they don't have to do that, you know. They could have, I guess, gone with another pattern. That would have been nice because these are all the same pattern, but you know, to change it up, but they didn't. So I'm going to do that face down. Another one face down. I'm still trying to save space. I'm just going to do them a couple at a time though. So that, and then bring in the coordinating dies. And that's what I'm saying. I guess I'm going to do those 2. We can still fill it up. I just didn't want to. Oh, my daughter's waking up. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to do this. And I'm going to run them through 2 times so I get 4 of these, right? And we're going to do exactly the same thing with these guys. Oh goodness. With these little pieces. Just put them on here, the middle piece with the outer piece, tape it down and run it through. Okay, so when I come back I will have all of the decorative pieces cut out. As I'm cutting, I just wanted to show you, these are the first ones that came out, and some of the pieces are really kind of still stuck in there, so I went ahead and included the metal shim this time. So it's metal shim, magnetic matte, plastic shim, and then the other cutting plate, along with obviously the dies and the paper. Okay, so just to give a little more pressure. So the ones that didn't cut out real well, I just ran them back through. I just basically put the die back on and slid them in there, and then I taped it and ran it back through just with the intricate die with the metal plate. So definitely on this one you're going to use your metal shim, and if you're using your Anna Griffin, again, metal shim also with the, you know, magnetic matte and everything else. So I've already matted everything up because it's going to take a little minute and I didn't want to waste your time. So here is what I've been doing. I just used my little dispenser with a tacky glue. Again, you can put this through your Xyron. Some people had said to line up a bunch of strips of the double-sided paper. I'm sorry, double-sided glue strips or tape, and then run it through your machine, so that works too. This is very delicate. I would probably not want to pull things off of it, even just a little strip tape, so I'd rather do it this way. Your spray glue from Beacon, from the Dollar Tree. People ask where I got that, Dollar Tree. And I'm not sure what happened here, because look how small this is, and then this is bigger, and this one was too. They're all... I thought they were all the same size, but maybe there's one that's a little bit... No. See how this one's a little bit shy, but this one's a little bit big? So maybe it's possible that this one should have gone on this one. Oopsie. Okay, so they're a little bit different, okay? And so just make sure you match them up that way. And I did want to also show that the design is a little bit different on those two dies on all of the boxes. So let me see if you can tell how this one has the heart, but this one has like an open heart here, and this is like a closed up one. So they're slightly different. So when we put those down, we gotta pay attention to that, so we offset them, right? So they're not just next to each other. Same thing with these little side pieces. There's a little bit of difference between them, and all these too. And of course the square on top is just the square on top, so. But that's how I did to glue those, match those all up. And then we have our pieces here. I wanted to see something. Yeah, no, they don't have instructions on this. Sometimes you open it up a different way and then it'll have instructions, but cutting instructions. To construct this box, you need 2 pieces, each of the box and base, and glue them together. That's your instruction. So, I already figured we needed 2 of each, but still. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just quickly fold all these things. Like I said, my kids are awake. They're actually in the next room right next to me here. And you can bone fold this, of course, for a crisper look, but this paper is really, really nice and solid. So yeah, they sell it as the black... I'll try to grab the package so you can see. I think they call it black MAC cardstock. Really nice stuff. So I'm just bending all the tabs. And I'm probably going to use a wet glue, even though I would love to use a runner. It's just wet glue works way better with boxes for the long run. So for right now I have to hold it and kind of be patient, but so there's that. And then this one we're also going to fold. I'm just folding everything up. I'm assuming that's kind of the direction it's going to go. Well, we know that's the direction it's going to go, right? So this is part of our box here. So up like this. Cute. And this one we already folded a little bit. Again, if you want to bone fold it, pull out your bone folder and just lay it down and give it a good, really good crease. This stuff is super, super firm. Okay, so let me put this to the side for now. What we're basically going to do is layer these up together and then use glue the tabs, right? So I'm going to use my tacky glue. I have that little, this is the same that's in this dispenser. You can get it from crafterscompanion.com. Get right on the edge. So basically I'm going to slide this one in here. It's going to have a really sturdy base for that reason, which is nice. And then what I'm going to do is push out these as much as I can. Let me open this up. I'm going to push these tabs out. That way when I put the glue on them, they want to go out and push against the paper. I hope that makes sense. This stuff dries clear, but I don't want to go too crazy with it. So what I mean is, like, when I open this up, when I bring this back, these tabs will want to push out towards the paper. See? So if you have them creased in really well, they're just going to want to fold in. But if you push them out like I did, put your glue, when you bring it back, they're going to push out towards the paper because of the tension that's created there. So I'm going to hold this down for a little bit until it dries. And then I'll do the same thing on this other side and just tuck it in, put some glue, and tuck it in and hold that down too. It doesn't take too long for this to dry. You're just basically waiting for it to get tacky so it doesn't move. Like if I move my hand away and the box kind of pulls out, then you know it's too wet still. But that's pretty good. I'm going to put it over here and try to put some pressure on the side so that it stays in that box shape. And with these guys, it's going to be a little trickier, but not really. You're just going to stack one over the other. You can glue this top part, I guess, if you want. You don't have to. But all these little tabs, again, let's kind of make them kick out a little bit. We're just going to put glue. But like I said, on this top part, you don't really have to put glue because it's going to hold so well, but I've still put a little dab here. A little here, a little here. If you want to work with them in sections, that's good too, but I'm just going to put glue all over the whole thing and then just kind of manipulate it with my hands. So not too much. I did get some glue up where I didn't want it. Only because it looks a little bit messy, but okay. I have this guy. I'm just going to put this one right on top. And I'm kind of trying to tuck those tabs in. That's that side. And here's this side. Again, tabs go in. And these other tabs are already there. So that's what I was saying. If you want to do glue only a little bit at a time, you know, do that. But I'm just going to line these up. Hold on, Miranda Lou. And I'm going to try to get that stuck down. It's not that easy, guys. Let me get this here. And because it makes kind of like a dome shape a little bit, so you kind of have to work with that. So I'm going to stick this side down, wait till it gets tacky, and then I'll come around to the other side and hold those tabs down. Okay, I'm almost done. I did want to mention, like, as you're working with it, just make sure you're still keeping that. If you're looking at this bottom part, it might be that this top part moved or shifted on you. So just make sure that you're keeping that same cute little shape. It's a little persnickety, but not too hard. And then again, as the glue gets tacky is kind of when I really start pushing down, because that's where it's going to stay. So once you have it where you want it and it's getting a little sticky, make sure to come in here and really manipulate that, okay? So I'll be back once this is more dry. Okay, so I put this in here like a little boat, I don't know, to hold that down. I think we're good to go. So let's see how this even just looks, how it squares up with the box base. Pretty cute. For just having the two dies, this is really nice. It fits really snug. Of course, I'll have to get the hang of it to make it a little more squared up, right? Because it's a little bit funny right now. But that's pretty good. Or I guess it could just sit right on top. You don't have to push it down as far as I am. I don't know. Or again, maybe it actually has a direction. I don't know. They seem to be about the same size, but like I said, when I cut those things out, they ended up being a little bit different, didn't they? Let me see. This is 3 and like 3/8. They're the same. Okay, I just want to make sure. So, we need to stick all these panels down, and then like I said, just make sure you're offsetting them. So when I put this one on, it's going to go centered in the panel because there's going to be some of the black showing through, or showing. So again, if you wanted to just stick this into this paper, it'll make like a little bird cage. That'd be really cute. So it's very delicate though at that point. So we have that. And then this one is the one that's like different. It's gonna go next. And then I'm gonna go back to the one that looks like this one here. Right? And just keep going that way. Oopsie. As you can see, I don't really put the glue all the way to the edge of the paper, but once you squish it, it will get there. Like this one's even squishing out. So this didn't take too long, other than even sticking down those pieces to these blackout pieces didn't take all that long. Again, I guess they have to be the same size, because otherwise you'd have to like really watch out where you're putting them, and right now they all size up pretty nicely. I don't know. Okay, so we did that one, so this one should be the one that goes next. So I'm just, again, offsetting the little, these dudes. Trying to see if some are like closer fitting than others. No, I mean, they look like they should be there. All right, and I'll stick the last one down. I'm gonna wait till this dries a little bit more, and I'll be right back. I just want to show you how I'm holding this to dry. I'm basically putting my hands here, kind of spreading them out so that all the edges are touching, and here, and then the bottom one is getting pressure from it just being at the bottom. So I will sit here like this for a few minutes. Okay, so top, same thing. We're just going to put all these, and there's a lot more pieces here, so if you want to work in like sections at a time, because that way you can hold them down. Unless you're using a tape runner, you already know when you stick it down it's going to stay. But let's just center that little bit. I know these colors aren't very exciting, but I just went with it, I don't know. Again, these do have some different, I'm just going to turn it a little bit. These do also have a little slightly different design here and there. So when I put this one down, the next one I put down, I'm going to look at and make sure it's different. So what happened with this one is that I'm just turning them a little bit like this so that they're turn more into the paper, is that some look like this, where the heart's on this side, and some look like this, where the heart's over here, okay? They kind of even match up. That's kind of cute. So it's going to be one, then the other, and then the other type, and then the other type, right? The last one. And same thing with the sides. I'll just give them a little zhuzh and glue them down. And these, again, also have slightly different patterns, so just make sure to offset them when you do one, do the other, do one, do the other, okay? And I'll be right back. So I'm just kind of sitting here just holding it down, holding down my little sides, you know, just making sure they're nice and secure. And then we'll bring this back. This did slip a little bit on me, so that's probably why it's giving me a little wonkiness. I could take that apart and then glue it back the way it should be, which is probably what I'll do because it kind of drives me nuts. But there it is. I mean, that's really cute. Like I said, I don't know if some of this matches up the bottom or not. Let's see. No. If anything, this one matches more of this one, but not really. Okay, so I just wanted to see if there was like a way that should be. But look at that. Really sturdy. This thing feels super sturdy, but it's probably because, like I said, that paper is really, yeah, it's that piece that's kind of sticking out this way. So I got to push that in. It's making it a little bit wonky. But there are some little hearts that end up popping out as you're cutting. So I'm just going to take them and do a little 3D, just pop them up on here with my 3D glue gel, again, from Crafter's Companion. There's a couple little ones, too. You end up with like 4 of these larger ones that are complete. And I'm just going to use some glue gel and stick that there. And like another one right next to it. I guess we could do the same thing with the little guys. Something like that. And they'll just sit there. You have these little tiny ones. I don't know. I think I'll just do those too. And you can put them right on top. I just put them on the side like that just so you can still see the top decoration. What I would definitely do with these flowers though is you can cut them out. And these are the kind of flowers that I would probably just wet and squish into a ball and then unroll them, and then you'll have a nice, really shabby looking flower. I have other videos where I've done that. Just cut them all out, squirt them with a water spritzer, and then just crumple them up, uncrumple it, and then just layer them up how you want, and it'll look really pretty. So that's a cute addition. Again, there's some tags in there then just for you. But other than that, that is the basic construction. Really quick, pretty easy. I look forward to trying out the other ones, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now. Quick, guys, you know, I didn't tell you the dimension of the box. It's about 3 1/4 inches at the base, but it gets smaller at the top, right? 3 1/4 inches at the base, 2 1/2-ish at the top, a little more than that. And then from bottom to top, it's about 2 1/4 inches tall. So hopefully that gives you an idea. It's a good sized little box. I mean, I don't know. And it does fit much better now that I got that piece. I kind of just undid it and then just put more glue and set it up right. Like, this is a paper punch, and if that gives you an idea of how big the box is, you know, there you go. All right, guys, I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.